Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kieran, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing a special, very special, but not special like educated tarot reading on twin flames, general tarot reading on twin flames. So that is the divine feminine and masculine energy, head and heart space, and outcome. Okay, now the reason that it's special is primarily because this is one out of three of my last twin flame readings. In case you haven't seen the update on my channel, I'm no longer doing twin flame readings. I just simply don't resonate with them anymore. I have other passions and pursuits that I want to sort of focus on, and this just doesn't take up as much interest as it used to. I sort of started doing twin flame readings as a way to understand a phase of my journey. But at the time, it was somebody that I thought was my twin and wasn't, and I've met other people since then, specifically a real twin that has helped me understand that the need of the label twin flame needs to be transcended. There needs to be you need to transcend the label, the twin flame label. And I believe I have. I believe I do not need to be a part of it anymore. I think that I've learned enough, and I think that it does more harm than good, to be quite honest with you. So I leave you all in the capable hands of many, many other twin flame readers. I hope that you get the answers and guidance that you need in the future. I will still be doing personal readings, of course, if that interests you, and I'll also be doing topics on twin flames and stuff, but my passions for this YouTube channel lie primarily in other types of tarot readings, astrology, collective readings, and a little new thing that I have going on, spirit's advice, and and of course, just talking to the camera, which I enjoy doing. I like sharing my wisdom, what I think is wisdom anyway. And so yeah, so this is going to be the last general twin flame reading that I do, probably for either forever or until I feel otherwise. But this is definitely a transition, and I am moving away from twin flame reading. So just giving you guys that update. However, we are here today, and I'm going to do my best to give you guys a good, thoughtful reading. And so as such, I'm going to be doing pulling extra cards. Okay, I'm going to be pulling extra cards. Usually I would do 3, 3, 3, but I think I'm going to do 5 or 6 in each row. Okay, so this video may run a little bit longer, but hey, I'm not going to be doing them anymore, so that's okay. So I do hope you guys enjoy, and let's just get started. Okay, so dear Spirit, let's get started with this. Please connect me to the energy of the Twin Flame Collective, and let's get going on the energy. And we will start with the divine feminines, okay? And so what this is going to be, the time frame for this video is going to be all of summer, because I'm not going to be here doing these. I wanted to kind of go out with a bang, so to speak. So the next 3 months, okay? So this is the rest of June, this is July, and this is August, and this is into September, okay? This is the next 3 months, summer, okay? It's summer twin flame reading. That's what all these, the next 3 readings are going to be about. The time span is going to be 3 months into the summer. Okay, so let's take a look at the divine feminine energy. We'll see how you feminines are, what your energy is going to be like for the next summer months. Okay, next 3 months. So let's get going, Spirit. What is a feminine's energy next 3 months, summer energy for the feminines? Okay, let's take a look. And I will, of course, be doing a divine masculine and a feminine reading and energy, of course. Maybe today, later on, or tomorrow, but in any case, it'll be uploaded this week, right? So the first card that we have, feminines, is the 5 of Swords, okay? So starting off, feminines, this is a place of defeat. You can see this woman figure here crying. The story of this is basically this guy took out this chick's husband, basically cucked the husband out of there, presumably banging his wife, but killed this guy's husband, this girl's husband, and took over the throne. Okay, now the story is later on she ends up actually taking back the throne in place of her deceased husband, overthrowing this tyrant here, right? The idea here is that feminines are getting into an energy where you may feel like you've had to leave a lot of stuff behind, and that there's been things which have just been weighed on you, which have caused you a great deal of it's a great deal of sadness, a great deal of depression. Something has been lost in your life. Now, it's not the 10 of Swords, so it isn't like this complete depressive dark night of the soul, but it's like this loss of time. Like there's something that you kind of just feel like, I could have done better. This should have happened. I feel bad about this. It's kind of just just like a sadness, right? So you could have been experiencing this, you could be moving out of this, okay, because June is halfway over basically, and it could also be something that you are really moving into, right? This is sort of, it works differently for everybody, but the Five of Swords starting this off is an energy like, you feel kind of drained, kind of tired. There's just some conflicts that you've had going on in your life, and it almost seems like there's not a lot of time to make use of your energy in the proper way. Okay, so the Five of Swords is really indicating uh, a break or a pause, something that really you need to walk away from. Okay, and it could of course be whatever, in this relationship itself. It could be some things you just basically thinking to yourself, I might need a break from this, I might need to stop giving so much energy into this because things just aren't working out. Okay, so something in your life basically isn't working out the way that you had hoped. Okay, this could look like anything. So moving on to that energy, it goes into the Knight of Wands. So this is really picking things up. So this could be, of course, the end of June, July for you guys. But Knight of Wands talks about the really pace of your life getting to such a degree that you feel like any blockages are basically being lifted. Okay, so this is going to be looking like the energy that you have been feeling maybe has been depleting you, or the things, the conflicts in your life, the defeats, the setbacks, essentially, they're going to stop feeling like they're so prominent in your life. And in fact, all those delays are going to kind of put you into this energy where things are going to get going again. Okay, so especially as the summer basically heats up with this Knight of Wands here, you're going to be full throttle charging ahead. Okay, so there's going to be some energy behind you, behind your actions. It's almost going to feel divinely inspired, almost like this feeling of getting into a place where you feel more confident about taking action, right? You ever heard that expression, grab the bull by the horns, right? That expression. That's essentially kind of what I feel going on here for you guys. Okay, so the feminines is picking up speed as the summer months go on and learning how to take initiative and drive towards your goals, because there's going to be a powerful energy behind your actions and behind your motivations. Okay, a very strong, enthusiastic, energetic motivations coming in for you guys very shortly. Okay, so whatever this energy with this Five of Swords is, obviously it's going to resonate differently for everybody. That is going to make way to something a little bit more like back on the right path, so to speak. The Five of Swords really kind of feeling like it's more like delays and setbacks rather than anything too horrific, right? I'm not getting like, like your grandma was killed by your other grandma, like I don't get that kind of feeling. It's more just a setback. So what else have we got going on for the feminines as we go forward? All right, let's take a look. Yeah, look at this. We have the Sun card, okay? Very positive, beautiful energy. The Sun card does talk about being sort of regaled with some sense of youthfulness again, beauty in the present moment, learning how to enjoy life, learning how to feel good about yourself. Okay, so very, very positive energy coming in for you guys, especially Sun card, which is 100% summer months, right? So this could be into July, especially. Things are going to be looking a lot better for you guys, feeling like the sort of success that you've been waiting for is really coming into you guys this summer. Okay, and of course, it looks like COVID is sort of, if not becoming more, I don't know, how do you put this, it sort of looks like borders are reopening, or at least there's less restrictions, people are getting vaccinated. So I mean, obviously, as the case with any history, the longer it goes on, it obviously looks like it's going away quicker, right? So we're not in the middle of it anymore, we're on the tail end. Okay, so things are going to be opening up, and we have that Sun card to really show that your life is going to expand once again, and you're going to be feeling the full effects of that, and just feeling more vibrant, and feeling like just generally your vibrations at a much higher level than you're used to. Okay, so these setbacks, these delays that you might be experiencing now or have experienced, those energies are basically paving the way for new, fresh energy, right? You kind of have to dip sometimes, you go back up. It's kind of the nature of life. It's certainly the nature of spiritual journeys. You kind of have to learn something in the darkness, and it's kind of like a slingshot. Pull yourself all the way back in the darkness, and you spring forward. Okay, so you have that kind of energy going on here. Sun card would be a great place to end it, but I am just going to keep getting going on. So looks like it's July and August. We get into some really beautiful energy for you guys. Yeah, I was talking about new directions a little bit. Now we have the Chariot. So there is going to be new directions for you guys. Could be energetic directions. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be totally in a different path than you thought. But for many of you, it does look like that. But you're heading towards something positive. Okay, you have the Sun card. Chariot's now picking up, getting into things that you want. For many of you, it could, of course, be this idea of, travel, right? Being able to go forward into victory, regaining control of your life. There's a strong sense of that going on too. Again, many of you could be taking journeys, traveling, opening up your horizons, expanding business opportunities. Okay, that really comes in. Many of you are going to be buying a car. Okay, lots of just very positive energy with this Sun card, especially with these two major arcanas, is really saying that your energy, feminines, is really going to be opening up as, really with this July and August months, things are going to look a lot better. So even though right now you may feel a little bit tired, defeated, things are moving in your favor. You are going to be traveling sooner than later, and it could be a metaphysical travel in the sense that you're traveling from one state of being to the other, or it could be you're actually physically traveling, heading in a direction that you want to be, feeling like your life is heading where you want it to be, like you're gaining control of your life. It could be both. It could be both as well. Okay. And so the card that we have here, which came out reversed, is we have the Devil card. Okay, so the Devil reversed is actually pretty good. Don't be scared of the snake, even though it's a Devil card. That sounds kind of bad, right? I guess you wouldn't want to have. I guess you really wouldn't want to hang out with somebody called the Devil, which I feel is a little bit isolating for him. Poor guy just wants a friend. But in any case, it's reversed, which means feminines gaining control over your impulses, gaining control over your codependency issues, gaining control over any little thing that kind of makes you tick in a very negative way. Okay, this is like that energy where you give it away to people, the desperation energy, the addictions, the codependencies, something that may be unhealthy, okay, to some degree. Okay, it could be anything. You could be giving hand jobs out behind Burger King for truck money, anything that really you just feel denigrates your self-respect. Okay, so that coming out in reverse is very positive because you're essentially gaining control. So when we get into September, we have this energy of newness, traveling, getting to a place where you feel confident again from defeat. And really, it's gaining a mastery over yourself with that Devil in reverse. Okay, so overall, feminines looking really good, very positive for the month, for the summer months here. Okay. So let's take a look at the masculines. We will take a look at what they're going through for the next 3.5 months or so. So let's see, Spirit, what is going on with the masculines? Let's see, masculines of the summer months. What's going on with their energy? Let's take a look. Masculine's energy. We have the Four of Wands. Okay, so there we go. Very beautiful energy there. That is the twin flame energy. I guess if you could call it a twin flame card, well, this is it. So the Four of Wands is harmony, balance, marriage, proposals, just a general sense of creative explosion, and just something coming together, a culmination of something really. So beautiful energy. So this talks about their energy being in a place of harmony and balance, and this could just really be affecting the twin flame relationship, all their relationships really. Just being in the Four of Wands as an energy is really good because it just talks about being at peace with oneself, being in a place where you feel all is right. Okay, it's not striving too hard or not doing not being lazy or anything. It's being motivated for love. Okay, so there is a true passion and a love here, and you can see that because the two are basically getting married despite their differences, right? One's blue, right? I mean, I would 100% have sex with a blue skinned girl. I mean, I'm a guy. I'd pretty much have sex with any skinned girl, but this is really good for the masculines because it talks about being in a place where love is the answer. Okay, so they're getting into a place where love is going to be the most freeing thing for them. Okay, so masculine's getting into a beautiful energy. This is shaping up now. They're probably entering into this energy. So let's take a look and see how what else is going on for the masculines here. Yeah, we have the Empress card. So we have the Empress card, learning how to balance out their feminine energies. This could even just be their focus on their feminine, but as the divine feminine here represented by the Empress, this is self-care. So the masculines are learning how to take care of themselves properly, learning how to give themselves the nurturing that they probably never did, okay? Because there's this wounded mother energy for many masculines, especially in a sort of twin flame journey, spiritual journey, right? Many people's feminine energy is affected, okay? Especially on the planet. Feminine energy is very repressed, okay? It doesn't have to be the genders, but obviously it's been mostly associated with women, but all men have feminine energy as well, just as all women have masculine. And And so they'll be taking care of their feminine energy. This is more creation, especially with that Four of Wands, learning how to tap into their empathy, essentially. So they're opening up. I do get this sense of heart chakra opening up, learning how to love themselves and take care of themselves, and be in a place of harmony and virtue, especially next to that Four of Wands. So let's see what else we can get going on for the energy for the summer months. What other cards are coming out? We have the Six of Cups in reverse. So I do get this. I guess we would have a little bit of lost sort of. I get this feeling. I guess you put it like this. I suppose sometimes in my life I get very nostalgic, and sometimes that nostalgia turns into turns into depressive. It turns into a state of reminiscing about the past to the point where I miss it even though I know it's bad for me. Okay, does that make sense? That's really what I'm feeling with this, because upright, the Six of Cups is essentially like a return to innocence, return to childhood, right? Kind of like gifts and helping out and stuff like that. It's not necessarily too negative when it's reversed, at least not in this case. I'm not feeling that with this card in particular, but I do get this sense of like there's this nostalgia around the past, and kind of like I was describing it, like they might be looking at where they came from and missing it, even though they kind of know it's bad for them. I've been actually feeling that way a little bit myself recently, so I can understand that energy. I can understand that energy for the masculines, okay? But let's keep going and find out how else they're moving into it. It seems very temporary, and it's not like a major arcana or anything. I mean, the Empress card is really what you're paying attention to as the second card because of how that affects their actual daily ritual. Okay, so now we have the Four of Pentacles. So this talks about saving up. Now I don't necessarily mean this in a financial sense, but this is conserving their energy. This is the masculines learning how to, again, especially with that Empress card there, learning how to focus on being grounded. Okay, there's a sense of either not having enough or having to hold on to what you have. So energetically, this looks like a protective thing. You can see this vulture protecting this woman here with her coins, and I don't know what that is in the middle. Is it like a giant melon, cucumber? I don't know. Who knows what it is, but this vulture is protecting her and her goods, essentially. So energetically, you kind of get this feeling the masculines over the summer months are learning how to, are trying to find some type of way of holding on to what they have. Okay, so learning how to be grateful for what they have, trying to create this nest, trying to create something for themselves. It's almost like trying to give themselves a type of a material wealth, a type of material balance. Okay, it's a there's this. It's sometimes it can be misconstrued as being very greedy, and many times they can be greedy. But as an energy, it really depicts this need for the masculines over the summer months to take control of their life. Okay, to take control of all areas of their life, finances, romance. Right. I almost get this sense where a lot of them are going to be learning to not be so vulnerable with everybody. That kind of comes in as well. I get the feeling that they've maybe told too many people about their life, and so this is them sort of pulling back their energy. Okay, so it doesn't mean that they're pulling it back from you necessarily, but it does mean that their energy, they're learning how to pull it back from situations. Okay, and let's get one more card for the masculines over the summer months. And then we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Wands, that slow-moving energy, and yet when it finally does arrive, it's very welcome. Okay, so as an energy, we do talk about there being a youthfulness, talkativeness, coming out of their shell, learning how to be themselves again, filled up with passion, representing some good news. Okay, so this is them on sort of like the tail end of their own journey, specifically ending over the summer months with some very positive results. Okay, so you start off from a point of view where they're getting into this twin flame energy, or they're getting into this place of harmony and balance within themselves. They're learning how to finally take care of themselves. Only one major arcana here, so setting the whole tone. You guys had three. They're just their main focus over the summer is learning how to nurture, take care of themselves. That's where you're getting that harmony. This is them possibly, they might be feeling a little bit nostalgic, and that brings them into a depressive state. That they're having this problem with. It seems like a lesson over the summer for masculines is learning how to to be vulnerable, but also learning how to not give away too much, learning how to conserve your energy. So that there's some back and forth there that the masculines are still learning, and that has absolutely to do with the mother energy. It has a lot to do with the feminine energy, right? Same idea. Because feminine energy is about nurturing and taking care of yourself. And one of the biggest things about taking care of yourself is boundaries and energy exchanges, and what's good for you versus what's not good for you. Okay, so that's a theme that they're learning over the summer because of this Empress and this Four of Wands. And by the end of the summer, they're going to be a much better place, much more youthful, and feeling much more like physically vital, more in shape, more mentally apt, things like that. Okay, so feminines, you're starting off from a place of grief and depression, and you're getting into this end energy where your guys' lesson is more like, okay, you're at the end, your pace of your life is going to pick up, and you're learning still how to master your codependencies. And these guys are learning their boundary issues and their energy exchanges. Okay, so that is basically the energy for both parties over the next 3.5 months. Okay, so let's take a look, guys, at the heart and head space for both you guys. Okay, I can't actually see what time this is at. For all I know, I've been doing this for 30 minutes. I have no idea. All right, let's take a look. So let's start with the feminines. So what are the feminines' head space like at this time towards the masculines? How are they thinking about their masculines and the twin flame journey at this time? We have the Ace of Wands, so you guys' mind is on new beginnings, travels, sex. You guys thinking about getting some dick? Huh? Yeah, you're probably thinking about getting some dick. I think most people are. But in any case, that's what's on your mind, okay? Sex, passion, love. Doesn't have to be just sex, obviously, but a new beginning is essentially really what's on your mind here with your masculines. Okay, looking to basically paint your future, paint your horizon for what it is that you want. So you guys are focusing on manifesting. Many of you may actually manifest by drawing or writing it down, journaling, things like that. Okay, so there is some element of a new beginning that you're really desiring here, and I think you're feeling it in your soul. We have the Death card coming up here. So the Death card talking about transformations and change. So I think you guys know that there is a transition that you're going through. Something has to occur really for this beginning that you want, but there's an ending or something that you guys are still thinking about. You may be afraid of an ending. You may be worried about there being an ending between you two, and you may even feel like this Ace of Wands is never going to happen. But there's a transition. There's a transition happening in your mental state. Yeah, because we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords coming out. And when it comes out sideways, just in case you guys see it, when it comes out sideways, I kind of just defer how I want it to how I feel it should be. But the Ace of Swords comes out. So clarity, epiphany is changing. So you're transitioning in this mental state and a very mental awakening, so to speak, coming in with clarity and epiphanies, right? So you have two aces. So there is this passion and this beginning, this new beginning that you're desiring, that you're even going to be feeling towards your masculine over the summer months. But there's a transition. There's some type of end within this relationship, or even just in your own mental process, how you see them. Ace of Swords is clarity and awakenings and beginnings in a way that's going to open up your mind. I'm going to pull one more card for that. Yeah, we have the Nine of Coins, and that's going to be leading towards foundations and solidarity and stability. Okay, so you guys, in your mental space, your awakening is opening up to what it is you really want. So you guys are finding your self-worth finally over these next couple of months, and understanding, for many of you, you're going to be realizing with the Death card that the person that you thought was your twin is not your twin. Okay, that's just coming in very strongly. Don't give me too much power, because I don't want you guys worrying too much, but that does come in because it looks like many of you are going to realize that there's somebody else for you. With the Nine of Coins, realizing what you deserve. For others of you, it's a transition state. There's mental breakthroughs, awakenings, looking at things in a different way, and really looking towards your masculine, and maybe even in a more positive way, or really desiring some stability. Okay, I think many of you may realize, for instance, that even if they are your masculine, they're just not there yet in a place where they can be relied upon. So that's really what you want. There's a really strong theme of knowing what it is you want over these summer months when it comes to your twin flame relationship. Okay, when it comes to how you think about them, your opinions are changing, your mental awakenings are opening up, and you're having epiphanies and downloads at a very alarming rate. And that is essentially, however, going to be leading towards a more grounded way of looking at things. Okay, you guys are going to start basing things more in reality rather than just the emotional. Okay, so your mental perception is opening up to understand something at a very higher, deeper level, but also at a place where you can ground it back into reality. Okay, let's see how the masculines are thinking about the feminines over the next few months. So masculines, how are the masculines thinking about the feminines over the next 3 months? Okay, we have the high priestess. So they are learning to trust their intuition. They may be confused at this time as we head forward into the summer months, learning how to meditate, focusing more on their spiritual side, because they just don't know. There's secrets. There's things being hidden from them. And really, when things are hidden from you, I mean, what the hell are you going to do, right? You just can't know everything all at once, all the time. So there's this sort of blockage coming up, and they're really having to rely on their intuition. Okay, and some of them may be struggling, some of them may be trying to move forward. I'm kind of struggling with my intuition at this point. It's always been very strong with other things, but very specifically, intuitively, there's something that's blocking me, and I have to basically accept that, right? Which is hard because I don't want to. So, but I have to, but I don't want to. So High Priestess does talk about that. So they're basically unsure of how they feel about you at this time. Interestingly enough, we have the King of Coins coming out here. So this is the stability that they want to bring you. I do believe they want to be the King of Coins because you have that Nine of Coins up there with that grounded energy. So I think for many of them, this transition has to do with their stability in life. How can they be with you if they don't feel comfortable in their own skin? If they don't feel like they have a place to belong? If they don't feel like they've made it in the world, if they don't feel successful by their own definition? Okay, there's that sense of worthiness that really is coming up for the masculines, and their intuition is blocked about the relationship because they don't necessarily feel that for themselves. Okay, and I think all of us go through that at some point. So some of your epiphanies may be around how to understand that side, of things. Okay, all right, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse here. So this is when it comes to how they're viewing the feminines. This is not giving you guys enough credit. This is basically taking you guys for granted. Okay, Queen of Wands upright, if my slippery butterfingers can handle it, talks about a very empowered woman, really doing her own thing, and very creative, very outgoing, sort of in a way that's is very radiative. Okay, radiating it. It's somebody just really doing their own thing. This businesswoman, right? And when it's reversed, you kind of have those opposite characteristics. So I get the sense that there's kind of different scenarios going on here. For some masculines, they're taking the feminine for granted. Okay, for others, it really has to do with seeing the feminine in a way that's sort of like, I wish she was more like this. I wish she was a little bit more ahead. I wish she was a little bit more in charge. I wish she was a little bit more sexy, more confident. Okay, there's this sort of like there's like this perception of the feminine with this reverse Queen of Wands that's kind of like maybe they're behind a little bit in some area of their life, or you wish they were more like this, or they're just not as the feminine. They're not perceiving you to be as interesting as you may be. Okay, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're not taking care of yourself, or maybe you don't. Like if you're not taking care of yourself, then maybe they don't like find you as attractive, right? Or maybe like you have low self-worth, which is really what it affects. But for some reason, there's this a little bit of a negative perception going on for them throughout these summer months, which is probably reflected. It's all reflected back at each other, right? Everything's mirroring. I mean, people think twin flames are just mirrors. Like that's like, no, everybody's a mirror, right? So there's this mirroring going on here. And then we have the Three of Wands. Okay, so their mental perception is they're trying to climb their way to you. Okay, so I don't think this is very significant. I think the High Priestess pretty much explains everything. There's this mental block going on with the masculines at this time, but they're all trying to reach you. There is success soon. Remember, they already have the Four of Wands. So what this really talks about is a slow and steady process, but really this is just a waiting game at this point. They are getting closer towards you. They just have a little bit of the end of the journey. So I think with this card here at the end, it really does talk about coming together shortly. Okay, they are thinking about journeys and plans. They're making preparations and plans to come and see you. Okay, now I wanted to mention the Queen of Wands in reverse could simply refer to their own energy, their own not believing in their own feminine side, not believing in their own ability to get things done. The Queen of Wands comes up when people, when you either, as guidance, for instance, when you need to take charge of your life, get off your ass, do things. Okay, so they may be feeling a little bit of fear in regards to taking control of their life. So don't think that anything that I've said has to apply to your situation. It's different, right? This is not a personal reading. Okay, so that is the mental energy. What time are we up on right now? Oh my goodness, let's see. What is this? Oh my goodness, 30 minutes, huh? Wow, that's special. I would be surprised if anybody watched the video for 30 minutes straight. Didn't even skip any? My God, you'd have to be. If you watch this whole video from start to finish, I'll give you a free reading because that's fucked up. All right, let's keep going. Let's go into the heart space, okay? So, how are the feminines feeling about the masculines at this time? Okay, we have the Seven of Wands, so there's hard work at hand, there's empowerment. I think you feel like your masculines are working hard at something, trying to get something done, trying to accomplish something. So there's an empowered energy here, certainly about hard work and determination. So your masculines, I think you feel, are very determined. There's a lot of strength, especially a very strong bond between the two of you inside your heart space. You have the Seven of Cups, so you're feeling very confused about your masculine, which direction they're heading in, which direction you're heading in, what's going to happen. The future is essentially uncertain, but there are opportunities. So you have two sevens here. I do believe that there is, you have feelings that kind of wane up and down, like things are going to work out, things aren't going to work out. Here's an opportunity that's going to happen, and here's not going to happen. There is a strength of bond between you two and a strength of character, and your masculine's trying to get something done. And the Seven of Cups opening up to understand the realization of that there's so many opportunities and so many things could happen, but because of that there is essentially a confusion going on. But you guys do feel like there's many possibilities, right? There's still hope, there's still faith, but you're unsure how that's going to look in the future, right? This is over the summer months, so right now it's like there's this work going on an energetic level. And it really opens up into the summer where you're kind of like, okay, there's going to be opportunities maybe, but how's that going to work? And then we have this Temperance card, which suggests a balance and a harmony being found between the spiritual and the mental going on here. So as July and August pick up, Temperance card is letting me know that feminines, the way that you're feeling, if you don't feel this way already towards your masculines, is there's going to be a sense of peace. Okay, you're going to find some inner harmony about this whole process and this whole relationship, and it's going to reflect more about you than them. And you guys are going to be finding the balance that you need rather than worrying about an external love. Okay, and I think that was reflected in your energy, in your actual energy, right? Not your mental space. So in your heart space, you also have the Eight of Swords, which means you guys are overthinking things, feminines, scared of what might happen, scared of these opportunities because this woman is safe to come out of this cave. She's okay now, but she's trapped in her fear. She doesn't feel like she can, right? But the thing is, it's safe. So you may have experienced negativity on this journey and may still yet experience some setbacks, and you may let them get to you, right? But there's this need for overthinking and being trapped in your head. But all you guys need to worry about is this Temperance card, which means really you don't have to worry about. All you need to know is the Temperance card. So over the summer, you in your heart space are finding inner peace and balance. So the Eight of Swords isn't going to be that big of a deal. The Seven of Cups, the confusion, right? There's too many opportunities, so you overthink, you get afraid, and there's this separation of some kind because it looks like just this lone man putting in work, right? And that's your masculine right here, and you're just like wondering like how the heck is this all going to work out? But there's going to be a need to find balance, to meditate. I always think it's funny when people say they're spiritual and they don't meditate. I don't even understand that. It's like people saying they like fitness and they don't exercise. I don't understand it. But if you don't meditate, you should be doing that because I've meditated like almost every day so far this month, and it's made a big difference in my life. And I didn't do it enough before. I would always do it randomly, but people should be meditating at least 20 minutes a day for at least a few times a week, because it makes a huge difference, because that's where you feel that inner peace. The point of the spiritual journey is to let go of your thoughts and your emotions. So you're not any of that, right? You're this essence, you're this energy, and you can tap into that anytime you meditate. People think that if they don't think, they're going to die. Everybody does. I'm not judging everybody, myself, everyone. But that's where the focus is. The focus is on finding peace and balance. So do meditate if you don't, because that's how you're going to find it. It's how you're going to get out of your head and stop getting so confused. And you're going to find inner peace that way, okay? So let's move on to the masculines. How are the masculines feeling about their feminines at this time and throughout the summer months? We have the Ace of Coins, so I do believe there is this new beginning that they are trying to offer, or they want to offer. So they are thinking about this, and this is a physical reunion, okay? So they are thinking about the physical reunion here, coming up, showing up in the 3D, showing up for you, the feminines, wanting to make some type of gesture, offer, okay? But they're feeling like there is the possibility of a new beginning. Yeah, we have the 7 of Coins because there has been feelings of being stuck, feeling like rest, okay? And this is again with the 7. We have 3 sevens here, 777, angel number 777, which I actually saw today when I was out walking. Is I don't know all of the definitions of 777. I mean, my God, you can type it into Google and there's probably about 50, but generally speaking, 777 is a sign of abundance, okay? And things really working out in your favor. So when you have that, especially with these coins and stuff like that, 7 of Coins, like, all right, you're coming from a place of maybe being stuck or stagnant, or you've had to like rest and take a break. So the masculines feel like, all right, there's been this separation, there's been this rest, this break, but they kind of want to end that. They kind of want to find a way to get out of that energy, to move forward from that. All right, it's not necessarily feeling stagnant. It's more completed a large part of their journey, and now they need to know what's next. Okay, so the masculines are in this process of deciding what's next in their relationship. Yeah, look, we have the Fool card, so there's that beginning. They're in their heart space. They do want it. They do feel it. They do feel the energy of freshness and newness. They want to bring that in. They want to give you guys that newness and that youthfulness, and just feel naive again, like a child. Just feel like the world is there to explore, not to overthink about, right? And then we have the Queen of Coins. So coming towards the Queen of Coins, which is upright, and they do feel you are independent and stable, and they can rely on you. I think they know that you're not going to be the one that cheats on them, that hurts them, that gives them suffering and pain, that you guys can be relied upon, and that you are stable and committed, okay? They do know that in their heart. It's funny that your mental space is over the summer, it looks much more mature, much more balanced, much more grounded, much more in belief, and their mental space didn't look too well. It was a little bit negative, even a little bit blocked. But when it came to their heart space, it's different, right? You guys have more overthinking, confusion, things like that, and they feel more in their heart space like, okay, this is the relationship I want, and I feel that. I feel the love, I feel the connection, I feel the stability. I know in my heart that they are committed and that they can offer me what I really have been craving all of my life. But that's why they have to learn how to take care of themselves, so they know that. The masculines have a lot of wounded feminine energy coming from childhood, and the feminines may have a lot of wounded masculine energy. Okay, that's generally the case. But because if you're a feminine, then it's most likely what you need to work on is your masculine energy. And if you're if you're a masculine, you most likely need to work on your feminine. But to be fair, everybody has the opportunity to balance them out completely. I feel like I have a lot of feminine energy, but I also have a lot of masculine energy. And I think that masculine energy is one of the things that I've had less of than feminine, right? But in any case, that's what's coming up with your heart space, guys, for both of you. And now let's just get an outcome. Let's get an outcome. All right, so let's take a look at the outcome for the twin flame dynamic unions here over the summer. So what is the outcome for the general twin flame collective over the summer? Take a look. We have the Hermit. So this is your separation right now, guys, right? First major arcana here, separation, isolation, gaining wisdom. Okay, this is a time of separation for many of you. There is gaining wisdom, going on an inner journey, discovering oneself, discovering more of the spiritual journey. So there's a new spiritual journey coming up, I feel, for many twin flames at this time. We have the Page of Coins, so we do have prosperity. We have some kind of abundance. We have some kind of small offers. Really, this is about even taking care of yourself too. So it does feel like a lot of twin flames here as an outcome would be coming together or showing themselves off. So after a period of isolation and separation where there's been a lot of inner work and inner healing, there's going to be the sun, right? Because look, you even have the darkness and the sun is beginning to rise, and then finally it does. right? So it's like coming out of the shell, so to speak. It's finding one's own path, finding one's own truth, and really coming out to this place where there's going to be this beauty and appreciation again. Okay, so the relationship that may have been going through a dark turn is turning into this very beautiful summer energy where both parties are going to feel like, okay, we're whole again. We can do this. We can meet up. We can feel good about ourselves. Small offers, abundance, 6 of coins, so gifts. So many of you getting gifts, a return, karma being balanced out. Really about, so feminines may be getting gifts and stuff like that if you haven't even been in contact and stuff like that, but both parties feeling like the give and take, feeling like they can receive again. Okay, masculines, if they've had a problem with receiving, then they're going to be able to feel like they can do that. All right, but this does talk about a return with that 6 of Pentacles to a place of balance, essentially. All right, we have the Emperor. Yep, so that's the masculine energy coming out. They could be finally like standing up in their power, gaining perspective, gaining authority over their life. And the feminines, this could be you as well. Essentially, this can be both of you. We have the Queen of Swords, right? So we have the feminine energy there. Feminines much more confident about their decisions. And finally, let's get one more card over the summer months. We have the World. I couldn't think of a better card to end that on. So we have the World there, guys. So this is really looking like over the summer. So you guys are coming out, again, out of a period of isolation, separation, inner work, healing, coming into this place of Page of Coins where you're going to go, okay, the relationship is back on track. Everything seems to be okay again. I'm feeling good about myself. I've taken care of myself. This is going to translate pretty well. It's small at first because it's only a page and it's been slower, but there's more groundedness in our relationship. So there could be feeling better about ourselves. And if we feel better about ourselves and there is something we can do, we can give gifts, we can receive, we can communicate, we can feel more balance in the relationship. We can feel an equal give and take. We can feel like the universe isn't making us suffer, right? So, and if we do that, we feel good about ourselves, confident. We are able to own our masculine energy for both parties. The masculines are able to come forward and show up as a dignified, honorable man, somebody with true intentions who is disciplined and follows through with what he says. And if it's feminines, essentially just mastering your own masculine energy. But we have this for the feminines is we have the feminines confident in themselves. We have them believing in themselves, even if it comes off a little bit bitchy. I don't really have that coming out, but the communication is like masculine showing up as who they're meant to be and the feminine standing their ground. Both of you are confident. Both of these cards talk about confidence. Both of you are reaching that place. And because both of you are reaching that place, by the end of the summer, we have this beautiful card, which does look very summery, in the World. And the World card is the end of the tarot deck, the end of the culmination of everything that you've been through from the start of the journey. And this is the two lovers coming back, reuniting with themselves, and basically returning for a new chapter, for a new beginning. Okay, and I think that's beautiful. And I think that that's amazing that this was the last card of this longer and more thorough tarot reading. And of course, it's my last Twin Flame general reading. So I think the fact that it ends on the World card is absolutely beautiful, and I think that's a really good place to end. The bottom of the deck was even the King of Swords, and we had the Queen of Swords come out, so that's more about confidence. So, guys, absolutely, things are looking like they're going to pick up for both parties in this over the summer. Okay, so I hope this reading resonated. I hope it gives you some comfort. You can always check back into it. June, rest of June, July, August, September, it'll still apply, but. For now, guys, thank you so much for sticking around for the Twin Flame readings. I will do a Divine Feminine and a Masculine reading a little bit shorter, but in detail as well, either today or tomorrow. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys sticking around for Twin Flame stuff. I hope you guys do hang out for the other content. Still have Twin Flame videos on topics where I talk to the camera, but doing astrology readings and just talking about stuff that I care about, lots of ideas that I have. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, and we will talk soon. Okay, guys, bye-bye.